Yes, so welcome to my channel, and in this video I will be explaining, or I will be rather discussing the two major questions that has been hovering in the minds of the researchers across the world. The first question is that the researchers, they want to know whether they can use AI models to write their manuscripts. And the second question that the researchers have is that whether or does the journals accept the manuscript that has been written by the help of an AI models or not. So to answer these two questions, I have done some kind of a research, and I have observed few things here and there. So based on that, I am trying to make this video to provide some clarifications to the researchers. So for that, I would like to show this page which is there in front of you, which is called as a Research Square. So Research Square is basically a platform where researchers can post their preprints that are the articles basically written by them, and they want to publish it into a good journal. So Research Square, for that matter, has collaborated with certain good publication houses like Springer, BMC, and Nature Portfolio. So as you can simply scroll down through this page, you will find that all these articles and the titles are mentioned over here are currently under review in the good journals that belong to BMC or either Springer, or they belong to Nature Portfolio. So these are all the preprints, and they are currently undergoing the review process. Now, when you just go onto this button on the left, there is something which is called as a dashboard, and here it says my article. So recently I have submitted one article in Scientific Reports, and the title of the article will appear over here. So as soon as I click on this article, what will happen, there is a tab that comes on the left hand side of this page which says language quality. So we are more interested in this language quality, so I will click over here. So as soon as I click on the language quality, it shows how good my manuscript is and what is the score of my manuscript. But that is not the point over here. The point is that as soon as I scroll down, it shows me that there are certain options available where they are improving the quality of my manuscript if I pay some money to them, right? So they are providing some kind of digital editing to improve the quality of my manuscript if I pay around $60. Now if I scroll down further, it says more options, and here it says AI powered editing anytime. So as soon as I read this statement over here, all the bells started ringing in my head that whether this kind of editing is allowed, is it been accepted by the journals or not, and is it considered to be ethical to use the AI models like ChatGPT or Bing AI or Bard to write the manuscript. And as far as I can understand, there are no strict policies laid down by the journals that they will accept only manually written articles, or they will reject all the articles that are written with the help of artificial intelligence. So I have made a couple of hypotheses that I want to share it with you. So the first hypothesis that I can visualize, that why is this happening around this world. So as per my first hypothesis, we as a researcher, what we generally do, we basically we plan our experiments, then we do the execution of the experiments, we keep on repeating the experiments till we get satisfactory results, and once our experiments run successfully, what do we get is the data. Now this data that we get is the original data of the hard work of the researchers. This data that we obtain is not AI generated, but rather it is the original data that has been obtained with the hard work of the researchers in the laboratories. Now, up to this point, everything is fine. We know all these things happen with the researchers across the world. And the next part that is very important is that expression of that data, that how the researchers across the world should express the data, and there is only one way to express the data. that is with the help of an English language, that you use this English language to write the manuscript, submit the manuscript to the good journals, and that those good journals should ideally publish your data if your English language is satisfactory. Now the problem over here is that most of the researchers across the world does not have English as their mother tongue or their native language. So what happens is that despite having very good quality of the data, the researchers cannot give enough justice to their work because they are not able to write efficiently about the data that they have obtained with their hard work. So here comes the aid which the researchers can use, that is ChatGPT or Bing AI or Bard AI. Now, as you can understand, what is happening over here is that once the researchers come to this acceptance that they have this assistance with them for free on writing the manuscripts or helping or assisting for their writing the manuscript, they can basically focus more on their experiments. They can focus more on planning of their experiments rather than worrying or being depressed whether their article should be published in a good journal or not. So basically, if you just see with the changing time, the researchers of the world should accept this new technology without any interference, without having any second thought. The second kind of hypothesis that I can see over here is that there are two key players when we are talking about academic writing or scientific writing. The first player is, say, journals, and the second player is researcher. Okay, so journals and researchers, there are two different groups. And the journals, basically, if you see the data globally, they basically reject around 80 to 90% of the manuscripts, and they always complain that the manuscript does not meet the quality requirements of the journal, and henceforth they want to reject the manuscript. And they also complain that the language of the manuscript is poor. And in most of the articles that they reject, they also say that most of the part in the introduction section or the discussion section is similar to the already published article, that is plagiarism. On the other hand, researchers, they completely feel depressed. Why? Because they always are in the state where they keep on feeling that their articles are not getting accepted into good journals. So basically what is happening is that there is a huge gap in the understanding regarding what the journals want and what researchers can provide. So in order to minimize this gap, researchers can definitely make use of Bing Chat or ChatGPT or Bard AI for this matter. And as far as the gap is reduced, if the researchers can provide the quality of the articles that are required by the journals, then the journals will be very much happy to accept the articles. And at the same time, journals will not complain that they are not getting good quality of the articles. So you need to understand this. The journals want to publish the article, but they do not want to publish the inferior quality of manuscripts because they want their reputation to stay high. Their reputation can stay high only and only if the quality of the manuscript is high. The quality of the English language written in those manuscripts is good. So if as a researcher, if you can use these AI tools which can aid you in writing the manuscripts, then basically you can create the quality of the manuscripts that are expected by the journals. And if you can do that, then you can easily publish your articles. You can express your ideas in a more efficient way. You can give justice to your data. And this is the reason why I feel that in coming time, we need to accept all these technologies as they come, and we should not refrain from using these tools. Now, to put to test, what did I do was I asked Bard that why should scientific journals allow AI written content in the manuscript? That's a fair question. And the AI itself gave the suggestion that if the article is supported by the AI generated content, then it can increase the productivity. That is very true. Improve the accuracy, enhance the creativity, reduce the bias, and increase accessibility. So this is basically the reason why the journals will allow the AI written content in the manuscript. So at this point, I feel that as a researchers, you should not worry about the things that should the journals accept your articles if they are written by AI or certain content is written by AI. So at this point, there are no strict guidelines as of now. And as the new technology is coming in your hands, I personally believe that you should embrace those technologies. You need to learn, you need to acquire the skills to use these AI models to increase your productivity. And till now, there are no guidelines or no rules set by any agencies that whether you should incorporate the AI written content or not. But before I end, I would like to show you a short clip which is coming from the Google I/O, which was the tech event by Google in this month.
Our field-defining research is helping scientists make bold advances in many scientific fields, including medical breakthroughs. Take, for example, Google DeepMind's AlphaFold, which can accurately predict the 3D shapes of 200 million proteins. That's nearly all the catalog proteins known to science. AlphaFold gave us the equivalent of nearly 400 million years of progress in just weeks. So far, more than 1 million researchers around the world have used AlphaFold's predictions, including Feng Xiang's pioneering lab at the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard. In fact, in March this year, Zhang and his colleagues at MIT announced that they'd used AlphaFold to develop a novel molecular syringe, which could deliver drugs to help improve the effectiveness of treatments for diseases like cancer.
So in the comment section, please tell me which school of thought you belong and you favor. Do you favor the use of AI models to write your manuscripts, or you are against using the AI models to write your manuscripts? Let me know in the comment section below, and thank you for watching this video.